Gigan! Rise!
Gigan. Gigan is one of the most well-known kaijus in the Godzilla franchise that is adored by a lot of Godzilla fans, and I for one really like Gigan. First of all, with his really unique design as a kaiju and with his extraterrestrial origins. And as a kaiju, I really like his blades and chainsaw belly. But personally for me, I prefer the much more cooler looking Final Wars design. Now don't get me wrong, I also adore the Showa design with its vintage and classic aesthetic. But personally, the Final Wars design for Gigan was my childhood favorite. So that's why I got a figure of him. But a little funny story about this figure that I got. I thought I bought the 6-inch version of this figure, but it was a surprise when the figure came to my possession. It was actually the 8-inch version. So let's see if this warrior from the Zillion army from outer space is worthy for a spot in your collection. Sculpt and detail and paint. Oh boy, I feel like Bandai did an amazing job with their sculpt and detail for this Gigan figure, because it really looks like they got the rubber suit from the movie and copied every single detail from the suit, from every nook and every cranny. And not only that, but the paint for this figure is very impressive, like for example, the fully painted wings, the red visor on his head, and the blue shading all over his body. This figure literally looks like a tiny replica of the real suit. Damn, I really miss the times when Bandai put this type of quality with their Bandai vinyls. Nowadays, we get figures with lackluster paint, lackluster proportions, and outrageous prices. Like, geez, Bandai, you want me to sell both of my fucking lungs just to get a 5-inch Gorosaurus? But jokes aside, this Gigan figure looks great. If you're looking for movie accuracy, this figure is a good recommendation. Articulation. In total, Gigan has 7 points of articulation. So let's check out the articulation for its joints. Swivels for both arms and rotations for both blades, and both swivel joints at the legs, and another bonus articulation is at the tip of the tail. You can also swivel it. That's in total of 7 points of articulation. Size comparison. Okay, this figure of Gigan is 8 inches big, so finding a figure to scale with this figure might be a little bit tricky because there's only few Godzilla figures out there that can really realistically scale with this figure. Heck, it doesn't help that the fact that most Godzilla 8-inch figures are rare and not that cheap. But here's some size comparisons with my other kaiju figures from my collection. So, final thoughts. So, what are my final thoughts for this Gigan figure? Well, I really enjoyed it for its very impressive sculpt and detail and paint that makes it look like the suit from the movie. I also like how huge this guy is, so you can make this guy the centerpiece of your collection. But if you ask me, would you buy this figure? Well, that would be a tricky question since this guy is going to cost you a lot of money and it's a rare figure, so I recommend you get him with a responsible price. Well, that's all folks. If you like what you see and enjoy my videos and reviews, just like and subscribe to me. And see you guys next time.
block, Phyllis. Do the impossible, see the invisible. Roll, roll, fight the power. Hush the untouchable, break the unbreakable. Roll, roll, fight the power. What you wanna do is what you wanna do. Just break the rule, then you see the truth. You see the future, baby. Roll, roll, fight the power. Second verse dedicates to the real peeps. What we gotta say is so real thing, cause revolution ain't never gonna televise. Kicking a map, whoa, microphone phenotype, opening third eyes.